Good afternoon to you. This is Good Afternoon Ghana, coming live to you from the Kwabahima studio here at North Ridge. My name is Helena Nyeweja, and it's now time for the latest news updates. Coming up this afternoon. Faith-based organizations pledge support for nationwide environmental cleanup exercise with a call on Ghanaians to fully participate in the exercise. Game over for Black Stars at the World Cup. The team's early exits have got traders who stocked up on jerseys, wondering what next as demand drop and sales plummet. Keeping us company. My name again is Helena Nyeweja, and we start from here. The Christian Council of Ghana has thrown its weight behind government's two-day nationwide cleanup exercise, calling on Ghanaians to participate. The council said the declaration presents an opportunity to inspire a renewed moral commitment to environmental care and cleanliness. It stressed that addressing Ghana's sanitation challenges requires not only public policy and institutional action, but also a sustained change in attitudes and behavior. According to the Council, environmental cleanliness is not merely a civic obligation, but also a sacred responsibility entrusted to humanity by God. The statement also noted that Ghana continues to face significant environmental challenges, including indiscriminate waste disposal, choked drains, recurring flooding, sanitation-related diseases, and pollution. It said these challenges require a collective national response involving government, citizens, faith communities, traditional authorities, civil society organizations, educational institutions, businesses, and development partners. The Council is therefore encouraging all Christian denominations, all faith-based organizations, and the general public to participate actively in the national cleanup exercise. Away from that, Alikem Kotoko, Deputy National Organizer of the National Democratic Congress, says call by the President for the national cleanup exercise is a step in right direction. He says education and the like is also important. Speaking on Good Morning Ghana, communication team member of the New Patriotic Party says the number of casualties she believes have been underreported. She says it's important all parties join hands to actively participate in nationwide general cleaning exercise declared by President John Dramani Mahama.
That there may be subsequent floods or rains again, and therefore it was just so impossible or close to impossibility to again want to put people in harm's way and say that, okay, this has happened, let's go out there. So it was only the relevant authorities who were rather mandated to go out there on rescue missions, and so that is what informed the decision, because it could not have been safe putting Ghanaians again in harm's way that just 24 hours or 48 hours after, go out there and do cleaning, when we're told the rains were coming again. It only brings to mind the concern about our waste management, indiscipline, and failure on the side of authorities to enforce the laws rigorously in order to ensure that nobody goes contrary to what is accepted.
It's quite intriguing that out of all the days that the government decided to choose, they chose the 11th, which is part of the 10th and 11th. 11th is part of the days that we've already pre-announced that we are going to have our constituency election. But be as it may, it doesn't stop us from doing, because it's not going to be a congregation. We are not meeting. It's not a conference. It's for delegates to go and vote and leave.
Yeah.
So we can still participate in it early enough, go and vote, and come and join. It doesn't really take anything away from us, because we were able to clear the debris. We were able to clean our markets. We were able to clean the areas that were affected within the 7 regions. It keeps all of us safe.
Right.
When the flood was coming, it didn't target anyone based on their political party.
Right.
It's affected Ghanaians.
Okay.
It's affected Ghanaian citizens. It's affected taxpayers' money. And for a political party that is reorganizing to contest the next general election and hoping to win, working hard to win, and assume the realms of power again, we need to prioritize some of these things and take part in everything that all is well in the interest of our nation. So the General Secretary has released a statement. I think that every party person should adhere to it.
Now, the Ashanti Regional Correspondent Abdul Basit Suleiman has joined us from the Ashanti region to tell us about preparations ahead of Friday's exercise. Good afternoon to you.
Sister, and good afternoon to our cherished viewers.
Okay, now tell us, what's the preparation ahead for Friday's exercise?
Well, according to the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, all is set for tomorrow's exercise. You know, in recent time, Ashanti Region has been in the news when it comes to poor sanitation within most of the metropolitan and municipal assemblies within the region. And tomorrow being the National Sanitation Day, the RCC is partnering with the waste management giant Zoomlion to ensure that they silt most of flood-prone areas. They will silt almost all the flood-prone areas within them, particularly within the Kumasi metropolis. And it has also urged all the MMDCs to emulate what will be happening within the metropolis, God willing, tomorrow. You know, KMA started this exercise long ago, even last weekend. There was a massive cleanup exercise within the Kumasi metropolis, which a lot of municipalities also took over. I witnessed a similar exercise within the Kwabri East municipality last week, Saturday, and it will continue, God willing, tomorrow. Even yesterday, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly demolished some structures that is hindering flow of some rivers within the Ashanti region, which has also been earmarked as flood-prone area, which is Asafo, around the Subi area. There is some unauthorized structures that have been built on this Subi River, which is causing flooding within the metropolis. A whole lot of garbages are being dumped in this river. Yesterday, KMA moved in to demolish a whole lot of structures over there, which ended up in chaotic scene yesterday, leading to some injuries of the officials. So tomorrow, the entire metropolitan and municipal assemblies are embarking on this exercise with, in partnership with the Waste Management Zoomlion.
Okay, but if you are able to hear me, Abdul, how chaotic was that?
It was very chaotic because those who live around that area resisted the attempt by the Metropolitan Assembly to demolish the structure. Because that place, there used to be a den for drug hub, and at the same time, prostitutes are also around that place. So the mayor, according to the mayor of Kumasi, that place is a threat to the security of the Kumasi Metropolitan. That's why they moved in to demolish that area. The moment the KMA security got to the place, most of these young guys rose up and started pelting stone at the security personnel. Even some of the vehicles of the KMA got damaged, while some of the officers also got injured yesterday. So today, the mayor himself have decided to lead a task force also to arrest some of these gang leaders who yesterday terrorized the metropolitan security personnel.
The demolition was definitely necessary, but were they informed prior to the exercise?
Well, actually, they were not priorly informed because where they are staying is illegal. That place is an illegal place that they were staying. Most of them have erected some wooden structures along that place. Others are doing prostitution and the rest. So therefore, the mayor decided yesterday, as part of the cleaning exercise, they went there and saw what is happening over there and decided to demolish those structures to clean the environment, at the same time to pave way for free flow of River Subin along that stretch. So they were not proud, they were not informed about the exercise. The metropolitan guys just went there and saw that the place is unhygienic and decided to clear that place. You know, in recent time, Koyeme has introduced the Sama concept of enforcing the bylaws of the assembly, where a lot of people have been arrested and prosecuted, others have been sentenced to some kind of fine. So it was part of that exercise that took KMA to that place. So they were not informed, even though the information was given long ago that everybody should keep his environment clean. But for the demolition of the structure, that is what exactly happened yesterday.
Okay, in a minute, before we let you go, just in a minute, let us know how we can say from what you have tell us that everyone is ready for tomorrow's exercise.
Yes, most of the time when it comes to general cleaning, especially involving a whole lot of dignitaries, a lot of people also decide to take part. You know, Ashanti region, for example, almost all the 43 metropolitan municipal assemblies are participating. Hence, we will see a massive exercise, God willing, tomorrow along the market squares, along the CDBs, and almost all the residents have also been urged to undertake the exercise within their vicinity. Instead of going to the main central business, they should also clean around their environment, immediate environment, to ensure that the exercise becomes very successful. Most of the time, the problem with this exercise has to do with evacuation of this waste. Most of the time, the cleanup will be done, the waste will be piled up along the major streets, and it will not be collected to the final disposal. But this time around, the Zoom Lion have assured that they would deploy a lot of equipment so that all these debris will be evacuated to the dumping site.
This afternoon, that was Abdul Basit Suleiman, who is our Ashanti regional correspondent. Now, away from that, management of the Ghana Education Service says it has begun processes for the payment of the 3 years of academic intervention arrears owed to eligible staff of senior high schools and senior high technical schools. According to a statement issued by the service, the payment covers the 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, and 2025, 2026 academic years and forms part of efforts to support teachers and improve the delivery of academic intervention programs in schools.
Recent reports indicate that city authorities have deployed additional sanitation inspectors and
SHS or SHTS staff. One, management of the Ghana Education Service is pleased to announce the payment of the 3 years academic intervention arrears for eligible staff of senior high schools and senior high technical schools covering the 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, and 2025 and 2026 academic years. And also, the payment is expected to strengthen staff motivation for an enhanced academic intervention program. Patience, understanding, and professionalism demonstrated by staff while awaiting the release of the intervention. Also, management assures all stakeholders of its continued commitment to quality education through the academic intervention program. Away from that, let's now head to Parliament. As Parliament on Wednesday, 8th July, passed the Community Service Bill 2026, giving judges the authority to sentence eligible offenders to community service instead of imprisonment. The law forms part of ongoing criminal justice reforms aimed at reducing congestion in prisons while encouraging offender rehabilitation and accountability.
Secretariat provide for community service as an alternative to custodial sentencing for persons convicted of specified categories of offences and for related matters.
Honourable members, the Community Service Bill 2026 is duly read the third time and passed.
Bill 2026 be now read the third time in the House. And Mr. Speaker, and to take the opportunity once again to thank members for all the endurance and support that has seen this bill. This has bedeviled the ministry and the country for a very long period of time, and I'm very happy that today this House has taken the opportunity to get it to the finish line. We pray that the implementation will even be smoother than all the struggle to get it passed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Very well. Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment. There is a motion listed 21, and that motion has been seconded.
Away from that, let's do some business now, as the Kwewu Business Advocacy Association has commended the government for reviving the economy, calling for sustained growth. President of the association, Kwabena Ejari Dankwa, spoke on behalf of the group during an engagement with President Mahama at the Jubilee House.
We want to commend you for stabilizing our economy since assuming office. For microeconomic indicators, particularly inflation, exchange and interest rates are all pointing in the right directions. We pray this trend are sustained to help us build the Ghana we want. KBAA is grateful to you, to your time and deep admiration for our ability on creating values out of nothing. We are an association of astute entrepreneurs with thriving businesses in pharmaceutical, agriculture, hospitality, industries, trading, mining, manufacturing, construction, finance, education, and others. Your Excellency, Kwewus are known for their strong business acumen in translating dreams into realities. We are thus grateful, gathered here to officially introduce our association to you and extend our heartfelt gratitude for the.
Meanwhile, President Mahama in turn commended the entrepreneurial spirits of the people of Kwewu and reaffirmed government support for business growth in the area.
Need predictability, consistency, and trust, and those are the principles that guide our economic management today. But let me emphasize on the importance of Kwewu. Kwewu occupies a unique place in Ghana's economy. The entrepreneurial spirit of the people of Kwawu is recognized throughout Ghana. Across virtually every sector, from commerce to manufacturing to transport to construction, hospitality, agriculture, finance, agribusiness, Kwawu entrepreneurs have made enormous contributions to national development. And so government sees Kwawu not simply as a geographical area, but as one of Ghana's strongest indigenous centers of entrepreneurship. And so our objective is to help businesses in Kwawu grow from successful local enterprises into nationally competitive and internationally recognized companies.
This is where we wrap up for the news update on Good Afternoon Ghana. Thank you very much for making time. My name is Helena Nyewija. This month, Oprek Budanso is standing by for more after this break. Do stay.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
The pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there is someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena,
yes, ma'am.
Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abna. Please.
Della. Abna bra.
Oh, Abna. It's not Abna rice. I can't eat any of that anymore.
Abna rice. And Nijian Kwa. FDA. I said, Jadian Kratz were Yatsum.
We're kicking your year off
in all her glory
with more because we got you.
You get it?
You know that we got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Right, welcome back from the break. This is Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV with me, Desmond Okrekudan. So welcome to live from our studios here at North Range in Accra. And this program is live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277, live on YouTube, also on 94.1 FM on radio. Today's conversations really will be about the National General Cleaning Days. It's just a day, that's tomorrow, the 10th of July, and Saturday, the 11th of July, per the directive from the President. We know that a number of organizations are also joining in this particular exercise. We've seen the statement from the New Patriotic Party asking all regions to be part of this particular exercise from tomorrow through to Saturday. Now, we'll talk about the Christian Council of Ghana because the council has released a statement, and I'll be reading portions of that, and then we'll talk to them about this particular two-day national cleaning exercise. So the statement released from the Christian Council of Ghana says that the Christian Council of Ghana welcomes the presidential declaration of a two-day national cleanup exercise. And it says that the Christian Council welcomes the declaration by President John Dramani Mahama calling on Ghanaians to participate in the nationwide environmental cleanup exercise scheduled for 10th July and 11th July 2026. The Council considers this initiative both timely and important in renewing national attention to the urgent need for improved environmental sanitation and responsible stewardship of our communities. And it continues that the Christian Council of Ghana affirms that environmental cleanliness is not merely a civic obligation, but also a sacred responsibility entrusted to humanity by God. And they go on to quote Psalm 24, verse 1. And also adds that the council notes that Ghana continues to face significant environmental challenges, including indiscriminate waste disposal, choked drains, recurring flooding, sanitation-related diseases, and pollution. And the council is encouraging all Christian denominations, churches, parachurch organizations, economical bodies, and the general public to actively participate in the national clean-up exercise. And so that is from the Christian Council of Ghana. In addition, they say that to participate fully in the National Cleanup Days, the Council will intensify implementation of its environmental care and cleanliness program through community-based initiatives, including door-to-door public education, church mobilization, community cleanup exercises, among others. And leveraging on the church's nationwide presence and influence, the council is seeking to promote lasting behavioral change and foster a culture in which environmental cleanliness becomes an enduring national value. So that is the statement from the Christian Council of Ghana. We'll get on to Zoom and speak to our guests. We have on Zoom Reverend Amuzu is on Zoom, and we're going to speak to him on this statement from the Christian Council of Ghana. Reverend, thank you so much for your time here. We understand that the floods that happened on the 29th of June, the council's head office was affected. Is that true?
Well, not exactly.
Okay.
But some of the neighboring communities were affected. Getting to the roadside, getting close to the Independence Square area, some of the gutters were heavily choked, so the road, making vehicular movement very, very difficult.
The issue about how we handle our sanitation, and we always the church, we say cleanliness is next to godliness. Do you believe that this has been...
hardly hear you. Your voice is breaking, so I can hardly hear you.
Okay, Reverend, I'm also losing you here, but I'm asking that in the statement you talk about the influence of the church, and therefore there's a responsibility on the church, because we talk about the behavior of Ghanaians' attitudes, and then you see that a lot of people go to church, belong to various Christian denominations, but they are the same people who are engaged in this indiscriminate dumping of waste, causing the gutters to be choked, and all of that. What's the responsibility on the church to educate, its members on the need to be clean and keep the environment clean also?
Sure. It's the responsibility of we acknowledge the majority status of the Christian population. And so if we have indiscriminate disposal of waste or many forms of environmental degradation, we cannot be, left of blame. We also accept blame. We are part of the majority. So our people are also to blame. And that is why we have taken up the challenge to educate our members and the general public to, go back to the task we're given from the beginning of creation, to take care of the environment. So massive education ongoing. Of course, we are also taking part in the cleanup exercise. But if we clean up the environment and the mindset does not change, it won't be long, the environment will be polluted again. And so we want to do the two side by side. Whilst we clean the mess that has been already caused, we believe that massive education that will trigger some mindset change will lead to a lasting solution to this environmental menace, which leads to flooding and its concomitants.
Do you share with the members? Because we would have as we all know, as I mentioned also, and you agree to it, that most of everything that is happening, the people engaged in that are in the church, always, and it cannot be that they are neglecting the environment and causing all of these things to be done. Going forward and seeing the effect of what happened on the 29th of June, is it going to be really embedded in the teachings of, all of these denominations? How are you going to make sure that they all come to an understanding that it needs to be part of whatever teachings that is done in the church?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so we have we have churches all over the place, and so we have to use our extensive network to reach out to our church agents, our pastors, who will use their pulpits and other available tools they have to reach out to our members to educate them. Because we cannot be pious on Sunday, then from Monday to Saturday, we destroy the environment God gave us to take care of. So this is a message we are taking very seriously, so that we do not indict ourselves. What is the purpose of the gospel if it will lead to the destruction of lives and not saving lives? So, we have a joint meeting coming up with the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council. We will discuss these issues, but on our own Christian Council, this program on environmental care and cleanliness was launched in April, and we have since hit the ground running. We are not only going through our member churches, but we know some of our churches have schools, so we are using the schools as well to educate the general public that once we are obviously part of the problem, we have to be part of the solution. So we believe that we'll get there where to become part of our consciousness that we don't have to litter, we don't have to, dump refuse indiscriminately on the streets or in our drains. Because obviously when we have flooding or other forms of environmental degradation, we are the same people who will be affected. So the education will go, through our pastors. Of course, we also leverage social media, so that whatever messages we have, videos, reels, we will send them out. That will be used to educate our people, not only when they are in the chapel, but also when they are at their various church meetings.
Okay, right. And Reverend, please hold on for me. We have Sheikh Army Al-Shaibu joining us on Zoom also. He is a Muslim cleric and, of course, the official spokesperson for the National Chief Imam, and he joins us on phone. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us here on Good Afternoon, Ghana. This is the conversation, right? I'm sure that since the 29th of June, after we saw everything that happened, it's one that we all need to pay attention to. What's been your thoughts on all that has happened since the 29th of June?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and let me also commiserate with all those who were victims of the flood, those who have lost their lives, and families who have also lost dear ones, and those whose facilities and property have also been washed away. They all deserve our commiseration, and my heart goes to all of them, and pray that this disaster never happens again. But it also shows that there is a certain neglect of responsibility on us as citizens, and then also act of irresponsibility and our inability to enforce laws that are intended to ensure that our gutters are not choked, and then also we keep our environment clean. And I think our neglect of our responsibility has accounted for the tragic disasters that we have witnessed. Probably in the history of our country, we have not witnessed flooding that has been so disastrous as we have seen over the last few weeks. So it's an issue that should trigger a certain concern, a certain heightened level of responsibility on the part of enforcers of law and on the part of citizenry. And I think that the lessons involved are there for all of us to see, to prevent the recurrence of such disaster again. That is my initial comments.
Right. And we see in some of the communities we have, in fact, we have Reverend on in some of the communities, the Muslim communities also, how the people, residents, seem not to be fully aware of the dangers of indiscriminate disposal of waste in their communities, choked gutters, people putting refuse just anywhere they find themselves. I thought we were teaching all of these things in our schools, and for the adults, they would also understand why this is important, that they put refuse where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. I think it will be. I think we will not be honest to ourselves if we say that we are unaware of the effects of indiscriminate and irresponsible way of disposal of our refuse. We are only being irresponsible, and then we are also negligent of our duties, especially at state level, at institutional levels. I mean, those who have been appointed to ensure that matters of sanitation are all kept all the time. We are mindful of what we do. If you take as a Muslim, speaking as a Muslim cleric, our religion itself teaches us to keep our environment clean. And indeed, as a principle, it's even charity, that when you see anything that is harmful human life on the road, that you keep it away, you take it off. Even when it comes to matters of disposal of human waste, to ease yourself, it is prohibited that you do so at the source of water, meaning that at the source of water, when the water flows down, those who live at the lower end of the stream, are going to drink polluted water. And because of that, by law in our religion, it is prohibited to do that. But it appears to me that there is a gap between what we are taught and what we believe in and life. And to really get this into that, to really be effective, we need to do a kind of education where there is a meeting point between what we believe in and the sort of life that we lead. Life as practical, a routine life, and what our belief teaches us to do, so that we live the teachings. It appears that understanding has not been established. And so many people will wash off when they are going to the mosque. They will wash, they put on the clean thing. But when they are in the environment, they are oblivious of the fact that how they dispose their waste can be a danger to even the health which God has given to us, and we all need to maintain and protect ourselves and make sure that we live in an environment that is very hygienic and devoid of anything that threatens the good health that God has given to us. So a lot of education need to be done. How we nurture our children, even at family level. So it must be cascaded down to family level. I mean, at the family level, as a father, as a mother, your child sees the way you dispose of the waste, or sometimes you are the parent who asks the child to go and pour waste into the flowing water when it rains. So by that, you make the child also who is growing, who does not appreciate this, to go and then be pouring, solid waste in the flowing water so that when it rains. But if your child is made to understand that there is risk in doing that, then from the very impressionable level of his life, he gets educated. At the school level, we know at school, that's why at school level, we do sweeping, we do weeding, and all those things. These are all to inculcate, and even in the lessons that we do lessons in sanitation. But the lessons are left within the confines of school. When the children come home, the training that they are getting is in conflict with what they have been taught at school. So there's no consistency. So even though the child goes to school, he comes back home, his whole behavior and understanding of the environment is faulty. And so it must be a whole society kind of approach to do this.
Let me bring Reverend back in and I'll ask almost the same question about how we can make this work again in terms of reorienting the minds of Ghanaians from our schools to every space where we would find ourselves. Reverend, how do we do that? Hello, Reverend Amuzu. Okay. We're unable to connect to Reverend now, but Sheikh, so back to you. When this happened, and I'm sure there was a conversation with the National Chief Imam, was there any specific or any deliberate thing that the National Chief Imam believes could be done to mitigate the impact?
Oh yes, I mean the first step is to be empathetic to the plight of those who have so been badly affected through no fault of theirs. People have lost their sleeping places. I mean, they have lost their shops. What to live on, they have not have. So one of the things that has been suggested is also to make a contribution to ease the difficulties of the victims of the flood by putting together, some relief items that could be distributed as far as our capacity can do that. But the second wing of our response to this is to effectively use the platform of the pulpit on Fridays, because that is the time where you can get almost every single Muslim seated in the mosque, and an imam now gives sermons. So if we can use the pulpit effectively in a language most understood by the congregation, it's not about speaking big English or whatever, but that you look at the area where you are and the kind of language that the people will most understand and approach it in a very practical manner, so that we can conscientize and sensitize congregation about the effects of irresponsible disposal of refuse, and also the responsibility to protect the environment and to keep it as safe as possible for everybody, because the environment is a property that we all owe entitlement to, and we all have a responsibility to protect. It's a shared, if you like, opportunity, shared facility given to us by God. It's a whole environment where population shares in our existence. So to pollute the environment is to threaten our own survival. It's as simple as that. So we need to really be made to understand in a language that people who listen to us will most understand, in the different, very, very different languages. And I think that it is one of the things. And then also, if talking from the angle of a Muslim cleric, to train our children, we have all the Makaranta systems, across the length and breadth of the country. The Makaranta is a traditional Islamic learning center, where every single child born within the Muslim community or the Zongo, that's the first point of education. And so if we can conscientize and educate the teachers who teach, or the instructors who teach in these learning centers, to make it part and parcel of their curriculum, even though Islam itself has got its teaching on sanitation, but that they must make it as practical as possible as part of the training that they give to the children, so that when they grow, even from the Makaranta itself to home, they still can be responsible in the way that, and they appreciate that proper disposal of refuse is part of our responsibility to protect our environment. And so from the impressionable level of their life, they need to understand this. So that is one of the things. And then also the weekend social gatherings where we have our funerals, our weddings, our naming ceremonies, and other things can be effectively used as platforms of education. Just even 5 minutes of bringing a health expert to do the continuous. And this education must be continuous. It should not be ceremonial. It should go beyond the symbolic act of saying that we have reserved a certain period where we all are coming out, but it must be continuous kind of education, and must be made part and parcel of life, that you know how to properly dispose of your refuse, including human waste and all those things.
Okay.
And I think that if we make it part and parcel of our routine life education, we should really be making progress, and we should not experience this level of flooding and the kind of tragedy that we went through.
Sheikh, thank you. Let me get back to Reverend Amuzu. Reverend, so I was asking about how we can reorient our minds from the Christian point of view in our schools, with the church. How do we do that and have the impact that is needed to turn things around?
Yes, thank you. So as Sheikh said, this should not be a 9-day wonder. It should not be like a knee-jerk reaction, so that after the rainy season, elapses, then we go to sleep. No, we have to sustain it. That's why the Christian Council, this project we are calling the Environmental Care and Cleanliness Program, is for 3 years minimum, subject to review. So from May 2026 to May 2028, this program is going to run. So, I mean, we have a whole publication on this. The title of the publication is A Clean Environment, Our Responsibility. And we have received some support from development partners. So we are distributing this publication, and we are using it as a study material to all schools, free of charge. We have already been to Koforidua, and we have scheduled a number of schools across the Greater Accra region to educate school children and all within the school community to imbibe this culture of environmental consciousness, environmental cleanliness. So it's not going to be a 9-day wonder at all. And through the support of our partners, we are also helping to augment the theoretical with some practical interventions, giving out dustbins, doors, and other things, so that where it becomes imperative to do practical cleaning of the environment, we do the cleaning, whilst we sustain advocacy for not littering at all, for not polluting the environment. We don't have to pollute, then we go and clean the mess. No. So we are doing the two side by side. So this publication is out there. We can even bring some copies to Metro TV and leave some with you, so that you can also use the publication to educate our countrymen and women, to imbibe that culture. It should be a culture reset, mindset reset, where we come to appreciate that, look, when you go to some countries and you are proud to walk on the streets, you don't see litter. I mean, these are things they did over time. These were things they did and sustained. So as we say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So we believe that through the schools, through our churches, we will also begin to orient our people to imbibe this culture of environmental cleanliness and sanitation. So we'll get there. The publications out there, we have thousands of copies which are distributing free. We are using that as a tool to educate our people towards environmental cleanliness and care.
Right. Reverend, aside the general behavioral attitudes of some Ghanaians, which we are calling them out for, a lot of it also is at the doorstep of authority. We're talking about the local assemblies and, at large, the government. As you mentioned, this shouldn't be a fluke. We shouldn't just talk about it for a few days and then it's gone. For the authorities who are handling some of these things, what should they do? What do you believe should be done? In fact, some of them say when they arrest people, people come and beg on their behalf, including pastors and all of that. How should they go about these things going forward?
Sure, thank you. So this project we are doing with the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. And we know that the MMDAs fall within this sector ministry. And one of the things that we are teaching is that, look, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. And when the law is made and it's not enforced, it becomes purposeless. And so we are encouraging the district assemblies to enforce the laws and the bylaws within their specific jurisdiction on environmental care. I mean, when the people do the wrong thing and there's a disaster, in the same state, through its organs, like the MMDAs, who will be called upon to spend taxpayers' money to run interventions. And so it is better we use a preventive approach by enforcing the law. We shouldn't even wait for people to commit crime, to litter the environment, to pollute the environment before they are brought to book. Let's apply the law. Inherent in the law is education. And when some people are still, recalcitrant and they will do the wrong thing, the law must be applied. When the law is applied, it should not be just deemed as just punitive, but corrective. We should apply the law and let the people know that, please don't repeat this again. If the laws are not applied, I'm afraid we may not sustain this campaign of environmental care, environmental sanitation. We cannot sustain it. So we are having meetings, discussions with the MMDAs, and we are telling them that, look, we are told that even some of the bylaws are not gazetted. And when the bylaws are not gazetted, when they are supposed to be gazetted by law, we will remind the authorities to do the right thing, because it's even a crime not to gazette the bylaws. If they are not gazetted, they are not going to be enforceable within the court of law. So all the bylaws must be gazetted, both the national law, the legislation, the acts. That one fine is passed, but the bylaws within the various MMDAs must be gazetted. Otherwise, when people fall foul of the law, they go for lawyers, they may be left off the hook. So we will ensure that all the laws that they have, the bylaws they have in their books are gazetted, so that when people flout them, they can be brought to book. That is one of the ways to go.
Right. And Sheikh, on this one also, the punitive measures and the enforcement of the law from authorities going forward, we're all agreeing that they need to be firm on that. Do we have Sheikh on still? Okay. I think we've lost Sheikh Aramiyal Shaibu. Hello, Sheikh. Okay, we've lost Sheikh there. So, Reverend, as we've talked about this, when Sheikh comes back, I'll get to him. But as we've talked about this, we seem to know everything that needs to be done to curb this situation. As your statement was released earlier today that you're in support of this, what really would you be doing in terms of supporting this? You're stepping out, you're calling on all Christians to be out?
Yes. So as the statement indicated, we are calling on everybody, not only the Christian community, but countrymen and women to come on board. We are sometimes quick to blame politicians for not providing leadership, moral leadership, for not cracking the whip, not rallying the people around. So once the call has come, presidential call to claim, encouraging our countrymen and women to comply. Let's comply. We are going to do a similar exercise around the Osu area, because it's so sad that even some of our ceremonial streets are untidy. I mean, the other day we even around the I mean, it's obvious when you go around the stadium area, the Osu Night Market area, not all the places are very clean. And so we will use opportunity, because as they say, charity begins at home. If you want to do any good thing, you have to begin at home. So we are using tomorrow to clean the environment and to educate the members of the community to do the same. And we have sent circulars around all our constituents across the country to do the same. So there are some people who are doing that around the East Legon area, and others have also given us information that they are going to be involved on Saturday to ensure that they are practically involved in cleaning the environment. And in the medium to long term, they will ensure that the education is really heightened, so that we don't litter and clean. We just maintain a clean environment to forestall this, disasters which have plagued us, for many years.
Right.
So tomorrow we'll be in our relative, we'll be on the ground to clean. Okay. And then many of our constituents across the country will do the same. Some will do that on Friday, some will do on Saturday. And beyond that, for the next 3 years, we are sustaining this campaign because the harm is so big, it will get the situation solved. to really achieve that mindset change, mindset shift, we have to sustain the fight at least for the next 3 years.
Okay.
Then we'll see how very optimistic that we will achieve that mindset change where people realize that no, it is wrong to litter, it's wrong to put, because when we put the environment, I mean, we are harming our health. And as they say, health is wealth. If we live in polluted environment.
Okay, Reverend, let me bring in Sheikh Armia, who's joined us once more. Sheikh, so tomorrow and Saturday is when we are to do this. What's been put in place for the from the office of the National Chief Imam to all communities? What's the communication like?
Yeah, already tomorrow's a Friday. So coincidentally, it's a day of our prayer for our congregation. And so the first step has to do with the change of the mind, preparing the mind for embarking upon this national exercise. All regional imams, all district imams, all institutional imams, community imams, reminded to make the subject of sanitation and keeping and proper way of disposing of our refuse a subject of sermon, so that should be the starting point. The other thing that we'll do is bringing out. I mean, it's a whole national call, and what does it take away from us if we all come that we are working together to keep our environment clean? It's not a political something. It's about us. It's about us and about our good health and our community and so on and so forth. So there's no point in giving it a certain negative viewpoint about it. So we are calling on all and sundry to respond to this national call, and those who have the facilities, if government provides implements for us to use, but we don't have to wait for government to provide the implements. We ourselves must look for tools and other implements we can use. Gloves, those who can provide gloves that can be used, Wellington boots that can be used. We call all with excitement for us all to join hands in ensuring that if the next rain should fall, we will see our gutters clean and all the water can flow freely into the sea without anyone suffering any disaster as a result of the flood. Like Reverend was saying, this must be a routine education that we must continue, because it has to do with a change of our mindset and our practice as people. And that's why I want to use the word which has become a catchy word in our political realm, is to reset. I mean, what do we reset? I mean, there is something that has gone wrong in the way that we are doing our things. And so reset, in one sense, means departure from the way that we've been doing things, some of the negative approaches to things, and to assume, take a new, approach to things which will enhance our lives and keep us safe. That's the way I understand it. So It should be a routine, it should be a project. If you call it a mental project, if you like, that we embark upon, keep the conscientization program ongoing as part of curriculum in our schools, as training at our family levels, and repeatedly using it on our pulpits on every Friday. Social events which take place on the weekends, for example, should provide an opportunity for us to be able to, even within 5 minutes, to draw attention to the threats that we expose ourselves to when we indiscriminately or irresponsibly dispose of our refuse. So we are looking forward to a whole cooperation and collaboration tomorrow, jointly responding to the call of government for us to do this. The optics and the symbolism of it it can send a good message.
Okay.
But beyond it, we should be more practical in the way that we want to change mindset when it comes to matters of sanitation.
Right. Sheikh and Reverend, please, you'd hold on for me. Our team is on the ground. We've been bringing lots of stories about sanitation issues. Of course, Zoom in Ghana Limited doing a lot. They've been going around Accra, the Silton, and working around. And in Kumasi also over the weekend, they joined the Ashanti Regional Minister and the KMA to the Silsam Gatas in Kumasi. But presently, my colleague Vanessa is also in town. But before we speak to her and then come back to you, residents and school authorities at the Salvation Cluster of Schools at Ablekuma Central Municipality in the region want an immediate halt to the dumping of refuse at the Salvation Park and want remaining pile of refuse cleared due to the health risk that it poses to residents and school children. We're taking that. When I come back, I'll take your thoughts on how often this should be done. Should we go back to the last Saturday of every month? Should we intensify it two times in a month? What should we exactly do? But let's take this story from the Salvation Cluster of Schools at Ablekuma Central.
It is uncalled for. It is very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. This has nothing to do with politics, whether you are NDC, you are MPP. And it's raining, if there's an outbreak of cholera now, cholera don't know a party colors. You understand? But the right thing needs to be done. How can and the assembly is here, and the baller, look at the hippo, look at the children learning. Even the stench alone would even become something. How? I don't know. They need to do something about it. We want it away from there. They shouldn't be up. No. Even if they are the cans are, let's say only the cans. Because before, what we know is that the cans that was here, and then they come and pick it and then send it away and go and they just dispose it. But now look at the whole thing. Even look at the stench. Look, I say, look, can you smell the stench that is coming? I was coming to do something here, and I saw then I met the little children, some two girls, students, talking, saying that BNL was called the time was in a classroom. Jem fen jefu, jem fen bola onye mupo. I mean, I've not been here. I've been here for some time now. I've not been here for some time. So when I got here and I saw the thing, I said, okay, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. And they need to do something. The assembly must do something now. The MCE must act and do something that that be registered, because you consider the kids and look at where they sell. They are selling food. Please, we are begging them.
And so that's a resident speaking there. And you saw for yourself at school where you saw the park and the heap of refuse being dumped there. My colleague Vanessa is at the area. We'll definitely get back to her for more details of that and share with us how that school compound has become a place to dump refuse from the community. Well, let's get back to Zoom. Reverend, so final take on this issue of how as a country we can tackle the issue of indiscriminate disposal of waste and everything head on. And maybe, for the Christian Council, we're talking about protecting the environment, Galamsey, and all of that. Any final thing you want to add, then we can wrap it up.
Yes, thank you. So we want to reiterate our commendation to His Excellency the President for boldly rallying countrymen and women around to clean the environment, because we created a mess, so we have to be involved in cleaning it, And once that is done, we should, as we already have the first Saturday of every month, we should continue to observe that one, and then we have to let our countrymen and women know that everybody should be responsible for their immediate surrounding, so that you don't expect somebody from Osu to come to East Legon or to Choko to come and clean Choko. So that the people of Choko take responsibility for making Choko clean. Where the mess has been created, we clean, and then we take education very, very seriously, so that we do not reinvent the wheel. We do not have a vicious cycle where we go around and come back to the same point. So we are praying that, as we are talking about reset, recently the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving the theme was resetting our values to build the Ghana we want. And one of the key values that we emphasize is environmental care and cleanliness. You know, we want to live in a clean environment to avoid all the diseases, all the infirmities, all the degradation, the flooding, etc. And so beyond the cleaning, we will sustain advocacy towards mindset shift, mindset change, so that we all imbibe that culture of environmental care and cleanliness. And we are calling the authorities to ensure that the laws on environmental sanitation, environmental protection do not remain on our books. The laws must be enforced. The laws must be enforced so that the people who, are social misfits are brought to book, so that it will serve as deterrent for others. Because when the laws are there, people are, protecting the environment, we do not bring them to book, that becomes the norm. So people will cause degradation to the environment and they go cost-free. So whilst we are doing the cleaning, we are doing the education, the advocacy, the laws that help protect the environment must be enforced. That is our message to the state and to our people.
Right. Sheikh? Hello, Sheikh. Okay, right. So we lost Sheikh there, but Reverend Amuzu, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and being part of this all-important conversation. So Reverend is calling on all churches, all Christian denominations to be part of the cleanup exercise tomorrow and also on Saturday. So Reverend Jehoiada Godwin Amuzu is the Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations Coordinator at the Christian Council of Ghana. We're taking a break. When we come back, we do sports. And after sports, we'll get back to Vanessa on that particular story that we played earlier. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. We'll be back shortly.
The pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Symmetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by, and maniswing, Nesansu Mama Hoto so a bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80-gram and 150-gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Stars is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all, her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m., Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m., Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m., and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m. Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, Channel 133 on DSTV.
Chicken. Yeah, you know what to do, parents, guardians. Your Saturdays are about to be beautiful, exciting, and entertaining on Metro TV. You are going to enjoy what is called massive home entertainment with funny face. I am back again, children. We are about to celebrate in your schools. We are about to dance in your schools. We are about to do everything we'll do in your schools. You will enjoy, I will enjoy, neighbors will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. Children, be ready. We are going to do chicken, cow and chicken, cow and chicken. You just flap your armpit, open it, flap it, open, flap. Yeah. You see me in your school, you just open your armpit and you flap it. Chicken, that's all. You know what to do. My brother, got it.
Time with the Children's President, coming soon on Metro TV.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you're getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Accra, get ready. The Stars are coming back to your city. This July, the 5th All-Star Festival takes over the University of Ghana Stadium for a full day of football, entertainment, business, and family fun. Meet your favorite stars at special fun engagements and clinics. Shop from hundreds of vendors. Enjoy performances from top entertainers. Connect with sports and business leaders at the Sports Business Series. Then, witness the main event, the star-studded All-Star Game, featuring international football stars from Ghana and beyond, from 10 a.m. until the after party. More than 10,000 people will come together for the biggest community football festival of the FIFA Football World Cup season. Tickets are just 50 Ghana cedis, with VIP going for 100 Ghana cedis only. Available now at eagletickets.com. For more information, call 0531 533 563. The All-Star Festival. The stars are coming. Be there.
In a time where noise is loud but clarity is rare, one program is changing the conversation. Welcome to the Intelligence Desk. This is not a talk show. This is a working studio. Each week, we break down the biggest national and global issues from AI and digital transformation to trade, jobs, governance, and national competitiveness, and turn complexity into practical, usable knowledge. Sharp questions, structured thinking, real solutions built live on air. With resident resource person Dr. David King Boyson, the show moves beyond commentary, designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision makers accountable. From the big issue briefing to the strategy lab to the innovation and opportunity board, every episode delivers tools you can use. If you care about Ghana's future, if you value clarity over chaos, if you believe leadership requires intelligence, then this is your desk. The Intelligence Desk, hosted by RSM Kofi Dole Lawson on Metro TV, where Ghana thinks forward.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you're getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Welcome back from the break. Many thanks for staying with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. We're heading to the Ablekuma Central Municipality, where we mentioned earlier that there's a heap of refuse at the Salvation cluster of schools in the municipality, and the residents and students alike are asking that the refuse should be taken from their school compound, and the remaining part, in fact, it needs to stop, and then the rest of the refuse should be cleared due to the health risk that it poses to the school children and residents. As you see on the screen, a truck coming in there, that's an Boboya with the refuse coming there to throw off refuse on a school compound. This is absolutely disgusting, and the assembly, what are they doing about this? My colleague Vanessa Edutum-Boatin is there. Vanessa, really, share with us what you've seen so far since you got there.
Well, Desmond, if you can hear me well, I'm currently at the Mamprobi Salvation Park Community School. Residents and parents in the Mamprobi are raising concerns over the use of the Salvation Park as a dumping site, if you can see in your shot. So, a facility surrounded by 5 schools as a temporary refuse dump site. They said the practice is exposing pupils, teachers, and the surrounding community to health risks. But the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly meeting was an emergency response to the recent floods, and they said the site will be cleared by Saturday. So what was once a recreational space for the Salvation Park community in Mamprobi is now serving as a temporary refuse holding site. So residents are elected they said their boy operators have been dumping refuse at the education day, creating an eyesore and raising fears over evidencing by the fact that the park is surrounded by 5 schools and is also located close to the offices of the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly. Following the complaints, we came here. So we spoke to the MCE rep actually. So speaking on behalf of the Municipal Chief Executive, Frank Nkansa, he's the Municipal Environmental Health Officer. I explained that the decision was taken after the recent floods that the municipality with waste. According to him, the assembly became the recipient of flood waters from surrounding areas, leaving behind large volumes of debris and refuse. So he said in consultation with Zoom Lions, residents were advised to temporarily deposit flood-generated waste at the site because the municipality does not have its own final disposal facility. So, Mr. Waka said that the Salvation Park is not a designated dump site. He explained that the refuse deposited there is periodically transported to the IRICOP. He said the IRICOP has been open to them to send the waste there. So the final disposal site has started to become available. So you can see in your shot there are tracks here that are collecting the waste to IRICOP, the final disposal site. So he acknowledged the public health concerns, but noted that the assembly disinfects the area every 2 days. The risk of disease transmission while the waste actually is being evacuated. So the environmental health officer also explained that the municipality has 11 central refuse containers under a waste collection arrangement with Zoom Lions. So he added that the container at Salvation Park, considered to be about 5 of them, serves both the nearby schools and the surrounding community. It is assured that the residents that the accumulated refuse is cleared by tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, in line with President John Dramani Mahama's directive for the nationwide exercise. So they said that this is not a permanent thing that they are doing. And they explained that because of the floods and there were no places to dump refuse, they have asked the community to actually come and dump refuse here temporarily. So once they come to dump the refuse, you see trucks come to take them to their final disposal site. And so it's not a permanent thing. That's one, if you can hear me.
Right, I lost you there, but how long did they say this had been the situation?
Oh, so they mentioned that this has been a situation since the major flood on Monday. So after basically less than 2 weeks. Okay, so it's been there for 2 weeks, and they're assuring that it will be cleared on Saturday. In fact, they've begun clearing it. If you can see in your shot, there are tractors around. Some came to collect part of it, and so they are sure that by tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, everything. But it's important to know that this is a dumping site for the schools. There are about 5 schools on the compound, and they generate waste a lot. So in your shot, the 5 Zoom Lion containers that you see, these are the places that the schools and the surrounding communities dump their refuse. So when they dump it here, and it's then a Zoom Lion comes for it. But due to the flood, the recent flooding, we understand that the bigger dumping sites are full. And since they cannot advise communities to keep their refuse in their houses, they ask them to come and still dump it here, which means that basically the containers are overflowing the refuse. But they insist they come and dump it here so that at the long run it will be gathered and then sent to the bigger dumping site, which is the IRICOP. According to the MC safety health officer, he explained that this is what they advised them to do. And so they brought it, and they also assured that they've been spraying the area every 2 weeks, such that every 2 days, such that it does not affect students in the school. So there are about 5 schools here, and this is what they've been doing.
Okay, right, Vanessa, thank you very much for the update. Please do follow through and get the latest for us. So my colleague Vanessa Dotomboatin there at Mamprobi, the Salvation Army cluster of schools on the compound there, where you see in your shot refuse heaped, but we're told that it only was put on the compound after the floods, and the assembly has assured that by Saturday the refuse would be cleared from the compound. So Vanessa Dutumbating bringing us details of that. Right, so let me just remind you that we are helping out as Metro TV, as Ignite Media, Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM with the Metro Care Foundation. We are asking you to help us. And so if you have anything that you can, definitely donate to all the affected persons from the June 29 floods, you can definitely come to our office here at Northridge in Accra and donate whatever you have, so that you can definitely give onto us and support this particular work, because you know what happened with the floods and many people who are affected by it. So please, we need your support for this. We'll put that on the screen in a bit, but this is what we all need to come out to do and support everyone affected by the floods. Right, we have Phil John Cotter here. We are going to do sports now, and the FIFA World Cup continues very soon. It will be coming to an end. A very exciting tournament, and the quarterfinals begin today, and it is France who are facing Morocco today in the World Cup. Phil is here. Phil, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here. Lots of controversy. Let's just do a quick review of that Argentina game against Egypt. I had my opinions about the game. I have listened to a lot of football people talk about it. I felt the referee did not exactly help the game, but we are here, Argentina 3, Egypt 2, and they've qualified. But again, that shows the resilience of a team who are champion, who are the current holders of the tournament, the title, and they're showing that they've got the quality to overcome anything. This same with Cape Verde, and now with Egypt.
Well, I think the match was quite interesting. The North Africans did very, very well by taking the lead, but just like it's synonymous with most African countries, fingers were crossed that can the Egyptians hold on? Again, to what a lot of people are saying regarding that the gentleman from Cairo were robbed, I don't want to buy, because there's no particular referee that will set an agenda that I'm come to rob a particular team. It's not going to happen. The VAR is there, we all saw, and the referees went through training. They know what is at stake. This is very one. It's a foul. This led to the second goal of the Pharaohs. That's a foul. You pull the gentleman down. That's a foul.
No, it wasn't about the pulling. It was about the feet. I mean, because
you held somebody's shirt. Somebody was controlling the game. We'll check it again. You will check it again. That's a foul.
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong.
For me, I don't think that was a foul.
Look at this. Look at this very well, very well.
You don't think this was a foul?
Come on, that's a soft one. This cannot be.
And the other.
And what's his name again? Mo Salah. He did not even contest. He was just there.
No, he did. He approached the referee.
After?
Because after this, he moved on to go.
But it's just simple.
The Argentines scored.
No referee will go into the game knowing that he's going to rob somebody. That's not possible.
Phil,
at the World Cup stage,
Phil,
once the VAR is there.
Phil,
come on.
Phil, you know there are issues with the VAR.
Are you telling me that?
There are issues with the VAR.
So in a nutshell, there are machinations to ensure that the top teams...
In a nutshell, I am saying that the referee did not do a good job in this game.
There might be
because in this game, if it was any Argentine player, it would have been called for a penalty.
You mean the Mo Salah one?
Yes, it would have been called for a penalty.
That's not a penalty. Remember, the referee was very close to the action. He knows the magnitude or the effect of it. That's not a typical foul. That's a typical foul.
That is not a foul, Phil.
You pull somebody's shirt while he's holding the ball.
No, this one.
Look at it. Hold it. It's false.
I'm not going to agree with you on this one. On that, he did not pull the shirt. They all had their arms stretched. The only part we could talk about is the little thing that happened. So, in fact, if it's not even about the boot, then it's about holding. Then it's not a penalty.
Hold it first. That shirt that Martinez. That shirt. Look at me. Hold it. That shirt Martinez was wearing. It's not for the Egyptian. It's for the Martinez. He's wearing it. You pull him down and he fell down. That's simple.
Phil, we've seen the game. I mean, in our game as Ghana against England. We saw when Jeremy Opoku was stripped against Panama. We've seen a lot of other instances where it's the discretion of the referee.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm also saying is that no trained professional referee will go into the game saying that we are going to rob somebody. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Why would you do that?
Okay. So that's why I'm saying that these things can only be valid if Egypt were to hold on and win the game convincingly.
That's it. It's as simple as
for that, I think that they
if
lost
you have
it.
a mindset, there's
They
a
lost it
possibility that you'll be robbed. Be your man, different. That's it.
But Phil, we've seen a lot in the EPL. We've seen a lot of games where when the games end, the Premier PG. The Premier League referee, they come out and say that this was a mistake.
Then they apologize.
And they apologize. But by then, someone would have taken the 3 points away.
That's it. But in this contest, I don't think that the Egyptians were robbed. Let's just go on. Come on.
I really thought the referee, in fact, to make it fair, there should have been a review.
Yeah.
And then the referee will look at it and say, I don't think it's a penalty.
So hold
but
it.
No review was called.
So hold it. Because those watching the VAR, even if the referee makes a mistake, they can call the ref to come and check it.
So they are supposed to call.
So they don't find anything wrong with it. How do they call the referee then?
So that is it.
They don't see anything wrong.
Consistency in what the VAR should be.
It's as simple as
that. It's not there.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, Phil, because the VAR is supposed to call and say, referee, this happened, you didn't see it well, so come and check it. And so when Argentina, look at this beautiful goal that was scored, and it was rewind, it was taken back.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that
is that whole effect? Is that the first time a goal has been scored?
No.
So that's it. It's as simple as that.
But I am saying that you are saying that when the mistakes happen, they only apologize and then move on. That cannot be. When the tournament began, we didn't see so much of the VAR. It got in, and now there were a lot of calls by the VAR. That shouldn't be. You see, I'm a fan of Messi. I'm a Messi fan of Ronaldo. So there's not even about that. That red card that Balogun got.
But it shouldn't be you be a fan of somebody.
I understand.
We're talking about
people make the arguments because they are trying to belong to one of the camps, but I am not. The red card that Balogun had in that game, from the VAR, and I think that's why the Americans protested. It was unintentional. It was unintentional. I don't know what the law says about it, but if it was unintentional and then he stepped on the player, red card. But again,
overturning it was the problem.
Yes, overturning was the problem.
We all know that was a problem.
But yet again, Lionel Messi had a full start on a player's calf.
Ask your question. Was he reviewed? Was he reviewed by the VAR?
It wasn't reviewed.
That's it. Matter close. That's it.
So that's my problem. The consistency.
Yeah, that's it. It happens. Football. We'll get there. Let's move on. No, we'll get there.
I don't think so. But anyway, this conversation on social media has been crazy. But let's talk about today's game, France, Morocco. And again, there's an element of Argentina in there. Because there are lots of concerns about the referees who are going to handle this game. All of them Argentinian referees.
Oh, come on.
No, that's what people are saying.
That they want the softer part for Argentina.
There could be.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Come on. FIFA, in their good wisdom, very well. They know they make mistakes. People will be watching. It might be that the referees have been there already.
Has made a lot of mistakes.
So it doesn't matter. Let's look at the game itself. It will be very, very interesting.
Right.
With Michael Olise have a tag on him, he might miss the semi-finals if he gets the record. That's an issue.
Look at today.
That's an issue for the French people that you're thinking about. But the Moroccans will not come cheap. Remember that they've qualified for the last four in the last previous World Cup. They know very well how to play this game. Against the French, most of the Moroccan players also play the trade in France, so they know them very well. It will be very, very interesting. At the start of the World Cup, they played the South Americans in Brazil and played them very, very well. It ended in a draw. Anything at all could happen. It could be 50-50. Maybe, just maybe, the French people will be slightly ahead. We could say this 55-45. But hey, anything at all could happen. I know that the Moroccans will come to the party against the Frenchmen, but this is football and anything could happen.
Morocco or France?
I won't pinpoint. It will be a close call. I won't pinpoint.
Okay.
I don't do things emotionally. I mean, that's it. Some say that because I'm an African, I want the Moroccans to win. No. I want good football. That's it.
Yes. And I believe that tonight it's going to be a very good game. Both teams have shown that on the offensive. And looking at that France attack, it's frightening.
But against the Paraguayans, they didn't give us the football that we want. It could have gone to the South Americans.
So they faced the Paraguayans, who played a very different game from all the games that.
They were very rough. They used rough tactics, abusive language. They didn't close their mouth, so probably didn't see it. But this is football. Sometimes you need to win and win just drastically. I mean, that's it. Just make sure that you win it. You don't need to find football. Sometimes that's it.
It needs to be like that.
It will be very close against Morocco. Will be very close. We're looking for a trade. But I'm interested in that game involving Oslo and London. It will be very, very interesting too. Harry Kane versus playing against Haaland. Very, very interesting. There's been news, tabloid news already in London regarding the game as to what would they do to Harry Kane's father. Remember that he was born and bred in Leeds, in the United Kingdom. The father stayed in Manchester United, Manchester, stayed there. He could have played for England, but decided to. For England. So a lot is going on. But hey, this time I think there is going home song might be ringing.
Tomorrow Spain will play Belgium.
That will be a tough one. The Spaniards, certainly, they look the favorite, but this is football. When the Belgians were going to play against Americans, we all thought probably, those from Brussels are not looking very good. Lukaku start for the bench. Oh, no, well, they failed almost a second-string team, and they beat the Americans very, very well by 4-1. This is football, and anything at all could happen. Don't write any team that's qualified for the last 8. Anything at all could happen. On paper, yes, the French look, the Spaniards look very, very good. They start a favorite, but this is football. I still fancy the Spaniards to win the game.
Yeah, they've not considered a goal all through the tournament. Yeah. That's an incredible thing to do. Right, so Phil, so we'll see. Tonight, we'll bring it to you live here on Metro TV, original TV, and original 91.9 FM. So please do well to stay tuned and be part of the game today. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of news flying. Remember that the Commonwealth Games is getting closer and closer, and Ghana is preparing to go to Glasgow for the 26th edition, or the 23rd edition of the Commonwealth Games, which will be staged between the 23rd of July and 2nd August in Glasgow, Scotland. Well, the Ghana Olympic Committee and Team Ghana has received massive support from Easy Group.
Champions are not only made on the day of competition. Champions are built long before the whistle blows. We cannot demand medals from athletes we have not properly backed. It matters because national pride must be built with national commitment. Through this gesture, Easy Group Foundation is sending a clear and a very beautiful message. Ghanaian athletes deserve support. They deserve respect, visibility, and confidence. They deserve to know that their country believes in them, and not only when they win, but also when they are preparing, training, sacrificing, and carrying the burden of national expectation. To the leadership of Easy Group Foundation, we say thank you. Thank you for looking beyond business and embracing a national service.
It's 36,700,000 Ghanaian in Ghana. Where even you people are standing there, you have to make everybody proud of you and to bring us like #1. I don't want any middle something like, I want the world all to talk about you first. And after that also, that when you come #1, I want the other companies, other foundations to be jealous of Easy Group to come and support you as well.
There is so much potential, there is so much talent all around us. But turning that talent into proven quality that excels at the highest level has been very difficult, primarily because of the lack of resources. Talent is always raw. You need to process it. The sense of passion evoked in us, the pride that came to the fore, the feeling that we belong to a significant country was simply priceless. No money can buy that. And that is what we seek to do when we go for events and on stages and on platforms like this. It is to give the chance for this country to be very proud of who we are, by making sure those with talent and ability are pushed and promoted and projected so that they can fly the flag very high for all of us to be proud. Mr. Samson Dean, thank you very much again. Easy Group, we pray that your work will be easy in this country. Our responsibility as corporate partners is to give our youth reason to believe, reason to hope, and reason to be assured that Ghana is a space where they have the right to dream and where there is a Ghanaian dream. Thank you very much, above all, for supporting.
Mark Afajine is the Vice President of the Ghana Olympic Committee, speaking when Easy Group presented a check of 800,000 to Team Ghana as they're preparing for the Commonwealth Games to be staged in Glasgow, in Scotland. We're still talking about that game. The President of Power Ghana and that of the Sherbig Division for Ghana, that is in Danso, has been speaking to Ghanaian team members, urging them to be disciplined, also ensure that they win medals for the country.
for these games is just 10 disciplines that we have, and Ghana is competing in 9 of them. We have athletics, judo, boxing, swimming, cycling, weightlifting, para-swimming, para-athletics, and para-powerlifting.
But you see, the biggest stage for our sports is the Paralympics and the Olympics. Then we have the Commonwealth, which is for we, the Commonwealth nations. And if we have a team from Ghana participating, you should be proud of yourself for being selected. And I have that feeling that this team will do well. I have that feeling. I have it. Go and make Ghana proud. Discipline is the only answer to success. Be disciplined. Sleep at the right time. Just target the podium.
Kamsin Dean is the president of Ghana Power and also African Power, urging Team Ghana to be very disciplined and target more medals at the oncoming Commonwealth Games to be staged in Glasgow, Scotland in the coming days. Well, away from that, let's focus on golf because Achimota, that's the Premier Golf Club, will be the place to be tomorrow. It will be the 2026 edition qualifier of the World Corporate Challenge Golf. Or Kati Fabi is the executive partner of it, and she's been speaking to us.
Ghana, it's time to take your game to the world.
The World Corporate Golf Challenge, WCGC Ghana, has officially launched its 2026 tournament season in Accra with the highly anticipated national final scheduled for July 10, 2026 at the prestigious Achimota Golf Club. Unveiled during the premium media briefing, the world's largest corporate golf initiative returns to Ghana to deliver an unparalleled blend of corporate networking and competitive sporting excellence for the nation's business elite. Globally recognized as the ultimate intersection of business and sports, the WCGC provides top executives, business owners, and decision makers across sectors, including banking, telecommunication, energy, and technology, with a unique platform to connect, collaborate, and compete on the golf course. The winning corporate team from the national final will earn an all-expenses paid opportunity to represent Ghana at the prestigious WCGC World Finals in Beijing, China. The international event will see Ghana's finest corporate golfers compete against champions from more than 30 countries, offering exceptional global exposure and networking opportunities. WCGC Ghana also announced the support of several key partners and sponsors, including Boab Engineering Services Limited, Landis Oil and Gas, Raju Ghana Limited, Black Star Group, Office Bureau, the JC brand by Gandor Cosmetics, Balfour BT, Level 2 Limited, and Picasso Towels, and Metro TV officially signing as the headline media partner for the 2026 season. Executive partner of WCGC Ghana, Catherine Fabi, emphasized the strategic value of golf in business development.
Golf Challenge is an international event played over 30 countries worldwide, and then, like it says, it's a corporate event. Most of the golf events we have are social, but this one is purely corporate. And then we are saying that with World Corporate, we are bringing the world of golf and business together. Basically, that's what it's about. Yes, for companies. Any member of a company that has a GGA ID, Ghana Golf Association ID. If you're a member of any company, you have your own company, you can sign up and play. It's an amateur event. Like all golf tournaments, pros are not part of this particular one, so it's only amateurs, like I'm saying, with a GGA ID. So if a company is coming on board, we are hoping to give them visibility and being part of this corporate event. And it's an international one. Just imagine your brand in the global stage. We are meeting in Beijing in October for the World Finals. Depending on which company comes on board, you can have your company logo on the shirt that is going to be worn by the overall winners. So for companies coming on board, this is what we are promising you on the global stage. So that's what we hope. And then also for the winners, we have prizes for the 1st to the 5th. The first being the overall, they win the ticket to Beijing. Yes, it's a pair. That is 2 people that are going. If we get more sponsors, you never know, we may take 2 teams or even 3 teams, but it depends on the sponsorship we are getting. But for now, it's just 1 pair. That is 2 players.
Wakati Favi over there, she is executive partner of the World Corporate Golf Championship. Remember, the Ghana qualifier will be staged at Chimota tomorrow, tune over 6 a.m. Certainly, Metro TV will be represented by our DM Vaughn and Co. Okay, we still do golf because a 2-day workshop for coaches here and there is underway at Chimota for local coaches. It's being organized by the Ghana Golf Association in partnership of the RNA.
Training for coaches, golf coaches in Ghana. The intention is to have certified coaches that can teach properly. So all coaches will be certified, they will get certification from the PGA of South Africa. This is fully funded by the RNA, and the whole idea of this is to ensure that we teach golf the right way so that we can have more juniors and more participants coming into golf, learning things the right way and developing the love for the game so that we have more participants in the future.
So we have now embarked on a project of developing coaches in Africa so that they can be the ones to teach golf to beginners and junior golfers the right way. Everyone else has been taught by caddies. The caddies are the guys that carry golf bags. No clue as well. They've probably just played good golf because they've been exposed to the golf process. But otherwise, teaching and playing golf are 2 different things. So I'm excited that we are here. We're doing the level 1. Hopefully in 6 months' time, everyone will have graduated and then we'll be looking forward to doing the level 2.
This program have come to teach the professional golfers how to teach young generation of golfers in this country and beyond. So the PGA, collaborating with the PGA Ghana, are trying to teach the coaches in the country to teach the young ones and take this program to the next level. I would say it has been a great honor for me being here to be able to learn the new things in golf by the coach sent by RNA to come here to teach the pros and coaches around in the country. It's a good step for Ghana golf to grow. We are looking for more of this to come to be able to help the development of the game in this part of the world so that golf can be able to take another step in the direction in this course. So we are looking forward for the government to support golf in January to help people to understand the game of golf and take it to the next level and see how best we can become golf nation in the world.
Well, since coming from the 2-day GGA RNA workshop for coaches at Chimota that will wrap up today. But remember, just like this, it's yes, the quarterfinals of the World Cup will start this evening. It's France taking on those from Rabat. Our conversation will starting from 18 hours GMT. Will bring you all the build up to the match starting at 20 hours GMT. Well, that's it, and back to Desi.
Phil, thank you very much for joining us today on the show to talk about the World Cup. Right, so the game is at 7 or 8 p.m. 8 p.m. So, yeah, so we'll be live from 6 p.m. all through till the end of the game and after the game. Now, away from that, let's do some birthdays. Now, today is the birthday, or the 90th birthday of Mrs. Salome Mallet. Well, this is coming in from Millie Inkem Mallet. Says, happy 90th birthday, Grandma, with love and gratitude. Always today I celebrate an extraordinary mother-in-law whose life reflects wisdom, grace, and unconditional love. For over 2 decades, you have cared for me as your own daughter, inspiring me through your kindness, generosity, and devotion to family. Your support, especially during the loss of my mother, remains a cherished blessing I will never forget. I pray God grants you continued good health, peace, joy, and many more beautiful years. Happy 90th birthday to Grandma Salome Mallet. This is from Millie Inkem Mallet. Right, and still on our support for all those affected by the rains, we are calling on you to donate, to support us with anything that you can. So you see the numbers that you can send your donations to cash. The MTN mobile money number is then also the banks. You see Omnibasic Bank. Please send us whatever that you can. Let's support all those who are affected by the floods. This is brought to you by Metrocare Foundation and all of us here at Ignite Media supports in the 0598 94724 to send any amount that you can to support all those affected by the floods. And that's it for the program today. Many thanks for joining us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. We're back tomorrow, and tomorrow we're having an extensive coverage of the first day of the National General Cleaning Days. Tomorrow, 10th July, we'll be everywhere to bring you what is happening in town, and same on Saturday also. So do want to stay with us. My name is Desmond. Bye-bye.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
I'm Kwaba Samuel of Custom Looks, the maker of the fan jersey, and make sure you are watching the World Cup on Metro TV!
Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM.